The US is considering whether to provide the Ukrainian army with lethal weapons amid intensifying tensions in eastern Ukraine, despite a ceasefire deal.
With respect to lethal weapons, we made it very, very clear that that is a discussion that is taking place in Washington, both in the Congress as well as in the administration. No decision has been made by the President at this point in time, and I think we have to see what happens in the next few days with respect to the events that are taking place now on the ground.
Kerry made the comments in a press conference with his British counterpart, Philip Hammond, in London. He called on Moscow and pro-Russia forces in eastern Ukraine to respect the ceasefire, which was agreed on February 15th. Kerry condemned what he called Russia's extraordinarily craven behaviour in breaching the truce and described its conduct in eastern Ukraine as simply unacceptable. The US Secretary of State warned that there will be further consequences for pro-Russians and Moscow if they continue to violate the ceasefire terms.
If this failure continues, make no mistake, there will be further consequences, including consequences that would place added strains on Russia's already troubled economy.
That's currently available to them.
The US and its Western allies have imposed several rounds of sanctions on Russia over the crisis in Ukraine. They accuse Moscow of trying to create a sphere of influence in the country's eastern breakaway regions. Moscow denies the allegations as baseless. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has dismissed the US and EU policy of sanctions against Russia as, quote, absolutely not conducive to the settlement of the conflict in eastern Ukraine.